All right, my name is CJ, and I'm going to walk you through how to separate out different categories of your blog into different layouts. So basically what we have here, we've been working on our blog or articles section for the last month or two, and we have a handful of articles that are all tutorials. So we actually want that to be separate from the rest of these articles so that if someone's looking specifically for some how-tos, some tutorials, they can just navigate directly to those, to that category. So first of all, make sure you're logged in. And then we're going to go to the back end of the website, just highlight over this upper left corner and go to dashboard. So one thing I've already done is, let's go to posts and categories. I'll just show you this. I've actually created a category called InfiniSites tutorial. If you need to create a category, if you haven't already created it, you just enter the name here and add it. You can actually add it under a different category. So it's like a child category. We don't need that for this, but you can see most of our articles are in the education category. So we're gonna actually remove a few things from education and put them in InfiniSites tutorials. So let's go back over to posts, go to all posts. And then I know for a fact that all of these that say InfiniSites tutorials at the beginning are in fact supposed to be in that category. So I'll just select the ones I want. I'm going to come down here to bulk actions, say edit and apply. Then I will choose InfiniSites tutorials and hit update. Okay, so you can see that it added that category and it did not take away educational articles. I'm not going to go through and take that off right now. You'd have to do it one by one simply by going here and then unchecking it and updating it. But that's boring. So we're going to move on. Let's go back to the front end of the website. And actually, let's just see. We should already have a layout. So I'm going to go to articles. And here's the trick. This already exists, but I'm going to show you how to find it. So we're going to go to one of the articles that are in that category, that InfiniSites tutorials category. And you'll see right here, posted in InfiniSites tutorials. So if I click on this, we're going to have all of the articles that are InfiniSites tutorials, but no others. So if you look at our URL, the category is InfiniSites tutorials. So essentially, all I really needed was this link, so I can copy it. And then let's say, let me go to our home page. I know we have a call to action down here, knowledge base. So I really just want to change this view articles button to go to that page. Now, if I wanted to have a separate layout, let's say, let me go back to that page. If I wanted to change the layout on this a little bit, and let's say I wanted to have a sidebar, or I just wanted it to be different than our standard articles layout, which if I click on articles now, you're going to see it's the same layout. And when I say layout, I mean the same picture with the description, and there's not a whole lot, going on, but maybe I want more going on in this layout. So now I'm back on the just the InfiniSites tutorials, and you'll see it says that up here. Like here's our category title. So articles, InfiniSites tutorials. So I can actually change this by editing this. If I edit this, we can actually go to the actual settings. So now we're editing the layout, the theme or layout. If you are not comfortable doing this, you can stop now and just give us a call or shoot us an email to support@infini.systems, and we'll set all this stuff up for you. But basically, what this is it's allowing us to edit, to have a separate layout for a specific category. So right now, we have one layout for everything. Basically, it's the type is the archive. That's what archive or blog or articles, it's all basically the same thing. And our location is anything in posts. It's all the categories. And if we wanted to do tags, we could do it that way also. But basically, we only have one. So what we need is a second one. So I'm actually going to come over to here, Builder, and and then theme or layouts. This is basically just the parent of this page. You'll see we have articles archive, articles category archive. So let's say I want I want a category archive for those InfiniSites tutorials, and I want a separate category archive that is for all the other categories. So what I'm going to do is just basically duplicate this, and I'm going to add new, and I'm going to call this InfiniSites tutorial. Category archive. Is the theme or layout? Yes. And it is an archive. We're going to add that. And once we set those settings up, then we can go in and specify post archives, post category archive, sorry. And this will be, InfiniSites tutorials. And that's all we want. Basically, this is only going to affect anything that is tagged with the InfiniSites tutorials. I'm going to hit publish. Okay. Now, let's go to view theme or layout. All right. So here is our preview of our layout. This isn't actually live on the site. This is just pulling an article, the first article. So what I'm going to do is come to InfiniBuilder, and I'm going to hit edit. And let's preview as post category archive. There we go. Okay, so now you can see we have a different layout, and this definitely looks different than our other layout. So let me just to show you, I'm going to hit publish. And then I'm just going to go up to, notice it looks very different. We don't have an image up here. It's hard to navigate, but I'm going to go back to articles. And so you can see here's our normal blog or archive layout. And then I'm going to go to our category, and you can see there it is. It's different. So I'm actually, to prove to you that this is working correctly, I'm going to come down here to this article, and this should be in case studies. I'm going to click on case studies, and you can see it has the same layout as the other, the category, the default category layout. So basically, now I'm going to go back to this category, and I'm just going to edit. So when I highlight over InfiniBuilder, you can see it's pulling the InfiniSites tutorials category archive. That's what I want. And I'm just going to click that. And now we can start making changes. I know for a fact that we have some saved rows up here. So let's take this one and throw it right there. Beautiful. And so basically what I just did is we have saved rows that we use in multiple places. And I have page header, with photo. And it's just a quick, easy way for us to throw together pages. So you probably have something on this. If not, I'm going to show a whole other tutorial on how to create some saved rows and modules to make your life a little easier. But that is not this tutorial. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. Yep. And I'm going to remove that. And then I'm going to bring this, which just happens to be our page heading, down. So, okay. I want to make changes to that because I want it to be white. Okay. And that is pulling the category, the archive category title. So I don't have to enter it manually. If you do ever need to pull something like that or get the there's no code involved to get something like the post title or whatever. This little plus icon over here gives you access to all kinds of different things we can use. So in this case, we're using archive title. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is just change this layout here. So first of all, I want to take this section and I want to make it, instead of fixed width, I want to make it full width. Yeah, that gives me about 30 extra pixels to play with. But you can see now this section goes the whole width of the page. Now that doesn't necessarily matter, but if you were using, let's say, a background color, which is right here. Let's say I was changing the background color to something hideous. Let's go with something hideous. Then you can see it fills the entire width of the browser window. If I was using fixed, it would just be that section. And you can control the width of it right there. I am going back with full width and I'm getting rid of this color. So basically what I really want in here is just a little more padding. So the top, I don't like how close it is to the top. So we're going to delete that. And then, you know, I like a little more space. Let's go with 100. And then I'm going to put 100 on the bottom also. Let's see, hit save. That looks a whole lot better. All right. So then I actually do want to make it match the other layout a little bit. But if I wanted to say I wanted to add in, I don't know, a sidebar, that's what I keep coming back to, or something like a call to action on the side, I can do that also. And again, this would only affect the category that I'm editing, the archive layout for that category. So I am going to switch this to columns. And that is good for now. Style, let's see. Is there anything I want to change about the text? No, I'm actually good with it. Content, we already know this. We don't need to mess with this. I'm actually going to come back over here to layout, and we're going to change a couple things. I want to get rid of, let's see, author, nah. How about date? Let's hide. And do we want to read more? No. Let's just leave it as a headline. Oops, I actually got rid of, sorry. We don't want that. There we go. I'm going to leave it as just a headline and the text. And then there's one other thing I'm going to change and save. Okay, so now we have a layout that is 3 columns and it fits our 6 articles pretty well. So I'm actually going to drag on a new module. So come over here and because we're in category and we're kind of deeper into the blog, I want to make it really clear and not too confusing. So I'm going to drag over categories, and this is going to split everything in half, and it's going to be really ugly for a second, but it's totally fine. Hit save, and I'm actually going to drag this over, and we want it to be probably 66%. 66.7. Okay, I'm then going to come back to here and change these posts to be, let's go with 2. And save. That's better. So essentially what I'm doing is, if someone navigates to this so that they don't get lost, we have our categories over here, and they can easily go to one of the other categories, jump categories. I'm also going to give them a search bar. We don't need this at this point, but I think that eventually, when we have hundreds of articles, we will need this. And I actually don't need to give it a title; it'll be fine. I think people will be able to figure it out that it's a search bar. So, but let's say I wanted to actually give people the opportunity to sign up for the newsletter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go into the InfiniBuilder modules and type subscription form. Yeah, I want the InfiniBuilder one. And I'm going to put that, I'll put it right here for now. And we've already covered all the settings and how to set this up, but basically I just want to give people the opportunity to sign up, to be notified for when we send out the newsletter, and the newsletter is basically a recap of all of the tutorials from that previous month. So sign up for a newsletter. We are not going to keep it all caps though. Oof. I say that as I type in all caps. For the newsletter. Get tips and tricks every month. So something like that. And we want first name, last name, and email address. That's perfect. Button text. We do not need the terms and conditions. We don't need this. It's just not that complicated. And I already have it set up with MailChimp. Actually, I should probably make sure that it's set to our newsletter. But account. And there we go. So that's all set. So now, whenever someone is actually in the category of InfiniSites tutorials, they'll actually be given the option to sign up for the newsletter, and they'll be notified once a month, and they'll just get a recap of all of these articles. So let me go ahead and hit save and publish. And there we go. So let's just take a look at our articles section and see how that is very different. We don't have the sidebar. Now I'm going to go back to this page, and we do have the sidebar. So this is only going to be on this category. So if I go to case studies, it's not there. So that is how you can separate out your different layouts per category. And you could do that for a couple categories, or you could literally just have a different layout for each category of articles. It all depends on how you want to do it. If you have any questions, shoot us an email to support@infini.systems, or give us a call at 833-INFINI-3.